Alright, there we go. Everything's all set. Let's set a course. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're once again here with the Bunker Hill. Off to go and, what are we doing? Alright. Launching an investigation. Get some phaser weapons. An omnidirectional phaser would be very nice to have to mount on the rear. So, and then we can have constant phaser fire in all directions. But unfortunately, we do not have one yet. And those things are hard to get. I'm not sure what mission gives them out, but I know there's a mission that gives out omnidirectional phasers. I just need to acquire said phasers. And that would definitely beef up the firepower of the Bunker Hill by quite a bit. As we just casually travel along here at warp, what do we got? 6.67 now. With our new Tier 4 warp core. It's a fairly simple game. Fairly simple compared to most MMOs, honestly. Well, we have arrived at our destination. Captain, the Remans were targeting a magazine. Let me just clear my throat there. Hello, Kyoko. How you doing? Oh, I forgot to start up my VTuber thing. Shit. Well, not really. It's not really a VTuber thing. It's a VTube model mini thing. Whatever. The thing. I forgot to turn on the thing. Yeah, we'll go with the Tisha today. Tisha. Anyway. Captain, the Remans were targeting a magazine mine in this area, but the list we've recovered didn't have its exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all the moons in this system are inhabited and our sensors are being affected by the magazine. We'll need to contact each moon to try and determine which one the Remans were actually targeting. Well, let's get to work.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. All ships, attack! Attack!
Well, that's some Orions. Hello. Those are some nice direct hits. I should probably look up how to make omnidirectional phasers, because you can probably craft them. Well, that was a lovely conversation. Get which tab the crafting menu's in. I forgot you can set up a music player as well.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
They're not very hospitable around here, are they? Hospitable around here, are they? This is a dangerous area, and it's only gotten worse since the destruction of Romulus. It might be difficult to get someone to trust us. And let's begin approaching the moon.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Well, I guess we're beaming down. Come on, Tervel.
Did you need something? It's a long story. After the destruction of Romulus, I joined a group of colonists looking for a new place to settle. We chose to form a new agrarian community on Viranot, a pastoral world on the edge of Romulan space. Our colony was attacked and destroyed. I managed to evade the attackers and get off-world with a small group of people. My luck ran out here, and I've been stuck ever since.
That's very unfortunate for you. Good luck. Please, have you seen my brother? Maybe I can help. How long has he been missing?
I last saw him 2 days ago. Madron assigned both of us to work in the upper levels of the mine. Toshin's drill bit broke, and he needed a new one. I know I should have gone with him. It's not safe to be in the mine alone. Now he's gone.
Why isn't it safe to be in the mine?
There's a group of people down there who treat the mine like it's their own. I don't know why Madron tolerates them, but they make life miserable for the rest of us. They steal and terrorize the weak. I once saw them dragging a woman to the lower levels, and I never saw her again. She wasn't the only one. Many people have disappeared. I thought if my brother and I kept our heads down, that we would be safe, but maybe they took him. Murderers. Murderers. If they killed my brother, I'll kill them all.
Anyway, now that we're done that, tell me about your life here.
My life. My life is unimportant. It's my brother. I can't find him.
Is there anything else I should know?
If you go into the mine, watch for the silver spheres. There are creatures in the dark. Devils. They're made of stone. Nothing can hurt them, and their touch burns. I have seen them moving around in the tunnels. Anywhere you see the silver spheres, the monsters are not far away.
Potentially dead, brother. Potentially. They aren't confirmed dead yet. Thru, stranger. Have you always lived here?
My family and I have been here all our lives. It's a hard life, but it's all I know. My mother used to tell me tales of the home world. She'd talk about the plazas in Rateg or vacations she spent with her father on the shores of the Apnic Sea. And she would tell me about my father, who gave up his place in the military evacuation ship so she could live. He never knew he had a child. She would tell me these stories, and later, when she thought I was asleep, she would cry.
Tell me about Mandrin.
He charges us too much and pays too little. He's like everyone else in this world, out for himself. But he doesn't let us starve. And if a child needs medicine, they get it. Many here grumble and hate him, but I cannot. If I were in his position and his life was in my hands, can I say that I would act any differently than he does?
Can you tell me about this area?
Stay in the settlement. Don't go down into the mine. And whatever you do, don't leave this area. I do not wish you harm, stranger. And there are many dangers here. There is a group. They rule the mine. And they are dangerous. Even Madron fears them. If you avoid them, they will ignore you. Now defy them, and they will turn on you. Last week, a good man died because he would not give them what they wanted. He was not the first. There are many monsters on this moon that you would be wise to avoid. Outside of the settlement, there are packs of wild animals. If you take a warrigal from its mother when it's very young, it can be tamed. If you wait too long, they are savage. Packs of wild warrigal roam the edges of our settlement. Often they prowl the refuse piles, looking for scraps of food. A pack of warrigal can kill even a strong man. You must be careful when you are in their territory. And they are not the only monsters here. The miners tell stories about creatures made of stone who can burn you to cinders. I have not seen one of these creatures myself, but I know that many people who enter the mine do not leave it.
How does this mine make any profit if people are dying down there constantly? Oh, by the way, have you seen anyone suspicious around here?
You're the first outsider I've seen in a long time. There's no reason for anyone to want to come here.
Well, looks like there's another person to talk to over there. Anyway, how are you doing, random refugee? You don't see strangers here very often. What do you want? Tell me about your life here.
What can I say? We exist. I mine because there's nothing but rocks on this forsaken planet. If I'm lucky, I dig enough ore to make my quota and Modron pays me. If he pays me, I can eat and have a warm place to sleep. If we don't make our quotas, there's nothing. Even if I do have latinum, most of it goes to Modron to pay my debts, and the rest he takes in exchange for the supplies he imports. I would leave, but I owe too much to Modron to ever earn enough to buy my passage off this place. Besides, where would I go?
Tell me about Mandarin.
Every morning, the first thing I do when I wake is curse that Ferengi's name. Modron found this moon about 2 years after the destruction of the homeworld. Most of our equipment was broken or useless, the supplies were gone, and we were starving. After some negotiations, Modron had his contract and we had food. We're supposed to be working with him, but he's the only one who benefits from our labor. Modron owns the only working ship here, so no supplies come in without him. He negotiates all of the ore contracts, so most of the latinum goes into his pocket. And he sets the prices for food, medicine, and equipment. So everyone here owes him more than we can ever repay. He owns us now. I hate him for that, but I can't live without him.
Do you get help from the Empire?
The Empire? What Empire? Our empire turned to dust with the loss of the homeworld. If you're rich or in the military, then maybe there's something. I hear the people in Sila's shining city and the Rator system live quite well, as long as they obey her commands. For the rest of us, there's nothing but dust and regret.
Federation has sent aid. We want to help all Romulans.
I have heard this, but I have not seen that it is true. Are you going to go to every Romulan on every world and hand them bread? Because that is the only way you can help all of us. The strong take from the weak. Sila and her ships are strong. The Tal Shiar is strong. Your aid goes to fill their bellies and heal their wounds, Starfleet, not mine.
Alright, let's go talk to Mandarin.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathara. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries. And I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course, I've heard you're an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in the sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep.
Thanks, but
Are you sure you wouldn't rather have...
Oh, he's not
Are
done
you
talking.
sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd rather talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Adrian won't answer any questions about why the Romulans might be targeting this place for fear of Remans might be targeting this place for fear of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals about what's going on here, they'll be able to provide more information. Thanks, Travell. It's not like we already talked to everyone we saw on our way up here. Now we gotta double back and talk to like 50 other people. What was the point of all these other people? Hello, random person putting their finger in the dirt for some reason.
I'm sorry, I really can't talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who is familiar with the techniques involved in sonar analysis of soil compositions. How good is your podology?
I just completed a continuing education program on pedology. Yep, probably did. That's totally something I did in my off time, I swear. Oh, now you got two people pointing at the same piece of dirt. Do we get three? Do we get three? Three people, all just staring at the same piece of dirt. Anyway.
I've marked some coordinates on your map. Please go there, scan the soil content, and report back to me.
Alrighty. Aurora discontinuity in this area suggests that there may be a large vein of magnesite located nearby to the northwest of our position. Mineralogical analysis of the rock in this area shows signs of a magnetic vein to our west. Mineralogical analysis of the rock in this area shows signs of a magnesite vein to our west. The stratification of the rock beneath us is increasing its concentration of magnesite. There are signs of a major vein located within the southwest of our position. I'm not reading that again. It's just the same text, but just, hey, it's a slightly different direction. Found a major source of magnesite in the area. If we drill a new mine here, it will make the previous one look like it's been tapped dry. Well, good thing this rock's here. I mean, not this rock. This wrecked ship is here. Makes it easy to just avoid that confrontation. Man, this place looks like a piece of junk. Oh, they chased us. Oh, so much for not having to shoot my phaser. Again, they're really interested in that one piece of dirt.
Thank you so much for your help. This information will be incredibly useful when we're ready to tap a new vein of ore. To answer your question, I'm not sure what makes this mine special. I haven't had much chance to explore the whole thing, though. My shuttle broke down in the system 6 weeks ago. Modron was happy to pick me up, but he's holding my shuttle until I've worked off the cost of the repairs. I can't wait to get off this rock. I have seen some strange people in the lower levels of the mine. I tried to do a survey down there once, but they wouldn't let me pass. Perhaps you should look there.
Alright, let's go back and talk to Mandarin again. Alright, Mandarin, you got some things to talk about.
Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart. Alright, come on, Tervel. We got a mine to explore. Let's go talk to these gang people. Oh, I forgot to do the hide thing on the there we go. Interface. There we go. That looks a bit more pretty. All right, Terrell, let's get moving. Hello there.
What do you want?
I'd like to enter this area.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you!
Maybe you got to know me a little better, you learned to like
You
me.
don't belong here. I'm done talking with you. Leave now!
It's been a pleasure
Consequences.
It's been a pleasure wasting my time with you.
What do you want? This area is restricted.
Alright, keep your phaser handy. We don't know what we'll be walking into. Alright, everything seems clear. Captain, there are a series of pressure plates located in this area. They are low tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures because of the interference from the magnesite veins in this cavern. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that Remans would want to eliminate badly enough to use Thalon weapons, it has to be here. We're going to have to figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans were trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Alright, come on, Terrell. Better break out the rifle. This looks like it's gonna be a doozy.
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There is
them.
much here you do not understand, Jack. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander.
The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Here's my clearance. Analysis. The analysis in this room looks completely different. Yada yada yada. Something something smart person noises. Observed from Holofeed on Cardassia Prime. Datapad Council petitions the Federation to fund Lucarian city infrastructure projects. 47 injured in bombing at University of Cullet. Trueway claims responsibility for the attack. The Puta Council passes bill allowing Cardassian government to seize assets of persons convicted of terrorist activity. Consular Orkenda resigns. Starfleet sending advisors to Cardassia Prime to advise government on security issues. Councillor Avella introduces a resolution calling for Cardassians to apply for Federation membership. Bill stalls in committee. Administration of Trade extends agreements with Ferengi to market Cardassian-made transport vessels and phaser banks. Observed from captured holo recordings in the Delta Quadrant. Resistance is futile. Thanks. Oh, you're still alive. This is awkward. Alright, well, I'm not exactly one for shooting a man in the back, but, served from Holofeeds on Kronos. Chancellor Jempok facing increasing challenges from members of the High Council loyal to House of Martok. Alliance between House of Jempok and House of Duras is weak. Situation is highly exploitable. Recommend we seek agents on Kronos. Many members of the discommended House of Torg have been absorbed into House of Duras. KDF leadership angered by High Council's mandate to work more closely with Klingon intelligence. Peculiar forces in region massing under new leadership. Melini Deline seen entering home with Derek, son of Martok. Foreign push for representative on High Council rejected. Oh, hey, you're still alive too. Sorry. But anyway, that's my clearance. Observed, captured, holofeed in Earth space dock. Captain Sulu has applied for transfer to the front lines of Klingon conflict. Coined under medical care for her condition. Intercepted Starfleet medical records indicate that the condition is fully treatable and not a suitable target for exploitation. 7th Fleet entered neutral zone as part of a routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake heading extended operation in Ada and Derry. Starfleet Command considering new tactics and conflicts with Trueway. Starfleet intelligence concerned with rise in war profiteering by independent Ferengi and Derpatrians. Alright, let's see if we can find that code. Tadua. Oh. This is just something that about the Romulan. Not the Romulan. Oh, hey, you're alive too. Sorry. We meant to kill you when we killed the rest of your friends. Observed from holofeed and listening post Hephaestus. Janik is fighting with Hakiv again. Akib takes shuttle and leaves base for 2 days. Long-range sensors mark his progress in neutral zone. 6 miners held for questioning. Chief Medical Officer reports 2 cases of Livodian flu. 6 encrypted messages sent from Colonel Akib's console to unknown recipient. Recommended that transmissions be investigated further. Anyway, what's over here? Greetings, gentlemen. Yeah, I know. Restricted space. Just shut up and die quietly. Ensign Kramen is dead. Hakib orders him to explore the tunnels. We found organic remains, and his fully discharged disruptor was nearby. It looked like he had been melted. I think we should wall off this section of the mine and not disturb the creature down there. 6 people have already died, 5 were miners and therefore expendable, but Kramen showed promise. I know that in time he would have been a fine officer. I've asked Colonel Hakib to request reinforcements. If he's determined to kill people exploring this mine, let him kill recruits. Well, that's a bit dark. We were drilling near when we broke through a wall into a chamber that hadn't appeared on our scans. Blasted magnesite, it blocks everything. Sensors, tricorders, they're all useless. The chamber is large and should be suitable for expansion of the base. There were several spherical orbs in it. We have yet to determine the nature of those orbs, but Janek thinks they are pretty. She kept one for her quarters. I've asked for permission to study the orbs. They remind me of a Federation report I read once. I can't remember the details, but it was something about the Janus system. They're shooting at something. There we go. Hello there. Communicate with Horda. No kill eye. This message is burned deep in the floor of the chamber. Acid stills around the edges of the letters. Well, there's at least one mystery solved. Come on, Terrell. Get the rest of this place scoped out. Someone found the commander's access code.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakib has his way, we all will.
Alright, let's get you guys out of there. Yeah, it's a good thing the Romulans didn't put much security in their consoles. Also don't appear to be paying any level of attention to what's going on.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Riemann Resistance want to destroy this
The
base?
Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Riemann scum would find much more tempting.
Alright, I have to go read those other consoles, so I'll be back in a moment. Because in order to get her to talk, I'm gonna have to look through these other consoles real quick. Third Hall of Fever Rider Thor, increased power use, Royal Palace and rifles may still be in use, yada yada yada. Alright, is that all the logs? Yeah, that should be all the logs. I think I've read them all. Should allow me to talk her into just giving us the code.
Enough! The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us.
I guess this is an option for Romulan players, probably? I don't know.
Not a military installation.
I don't know why this
We
option's
listen and
grayed out.
record here. Nothing more. There are many targets. Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Well, unfortunately, yeah. I kind of... There really isn't anything else for me to get. Like, I've walked around. I did all those, observation panels. Like, there's... nothing there. There really isn't any... I'm kind of curious because I don't know if I've ever not done this. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Riemann scum would find much more tempting.
Jesus, why do they think you have level 5 diplomacy in this time period? I don't even know where I would go to. I don't even know how the diplomacy system works in this game, honestly. I didn't even know there was a diplomacy score for how diplomatic you are. Anyway, blaster. Hey, you know, there is a side area over there. I think it's annoying that you need level 5 diplomacy, though, in order to actually do anything. Like, I would have liked to talk her down, but, you know... had to end up into shooting. Well, that's inconvenient.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Reactor is going critical. We need to get out of here. Not before we find out what's so important to Hakiu that he would destroy this base to protect it. Alright, we got it. Let's run. Come on, civilians, we gotta go. Move it, people, move it. We got all 4 of them, right? Yep, all 4 of them. All lined up in a row like the lemmings. Let's move it, people. Don't think any of us want to die down here. Wish you guys would move a little faster. Alright, time to talk to Mandarin about his little dealings with the Tal Shiar.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
I didn't do anything. It was the Tal Shiar cell you were sheltering.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop the lies, Mandarin. I know you know who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janek and Hakeev were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakeev mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know the Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, Madron, or I'll be back. Madron doesn't seem to know much, Captain, or at least he's not willing to part with that information he knows without being paid. I don't think he can help us anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck at decrypting the files we recovered from the Tal Shiar. I'm sure that they will be more useful than anything Mandarin has to say. Alright, 2 to beam up. This is one of the few times you get to you're actually required to go visit the interior of your ship. Oh right, this ship doesn't have. I have to change out the interior because they didn't add a ready room or a conference. All right, we'll have to quickly head back to the to Earth space dock. Actually, what is the nearest starbase? That would be Starbase 39. Yeah, we'll head to Starbase 39. It's technically the closest. Making our way there at best possible speed. Almost there. And it took us an hour just to get through that one mission. It's gonna take us a long time to get through a lot of this. Because we're currently in Romulan Mystery, and we still have a few more to go. And we have Cardassian Struggles, Org Advance, what's considered one of the more boring arcs, the New Romulus arc. And then the prequel to what is probably considered one of the better arcs in the entirety of Stowe, the Iconian War. Yesterday's War is also a really nice one. Anyway, Starbase 39. One of the least populated star bases that you can still modify your ship at as an officer of Starfleet. So it's a very quick loading zone. Since the starbase uses the old interior, it also loads up fairly quick as well.
Commander Destra, please report to Admiral Tanay.
Oh, Jesus. To be fair, that doesn't look bad. I'll probably save that as an idea for later. For a later refit. But we're looking for the Centaur refit. There we go. Anyway, this ship has a this interior has a has what I'm looking for. How much I love the Constitution class interior. So the question is, does it have the required functionality? I know it has a conference room. That's a lounge. Put some light in here. Beautiful. Anyway, let's find the conference room. Oh, there it is. I think this... Nope, that's the bank. That's the trophy wall. Put some more light in. Anyway, let's see. Access library files. What can I use this console for? Certain missions will give you files that you can examine from this console. I think this is like one of 2 missions that ever uses this feature. Good for them. Good use of this. 5 files uploaded. Analyze file structure. Cross-reference with Starfleet records. Change faulty information. Acts of treason. Select new file. Analyze file structure. Alright, cross-reference with Starfleet. Change faulty information. Select new file. Cross-reference with Starfleet records. Analyze file. Change faulty information. It's one of these. Here we go. Alright, file reciprocity. Secret Riemann base detected in the Dara system. Listening post Hefes has detected an increase in subsea communications and ships traveling to and from the Dara system. Analysis of communications of ship traffic reveals patterns of obscurification normally employed by Riemann forces. LCR forces then intercepted a ship leaving the Dara system and captured 47 Riemann civilians. The passengers and crew were summarily executed under orders of Colonel Hakiv. The captain and the first officer were preserved for questioning. Under interrogation, the captain of the Riemann vessel provided a security key that could be used to decipher encrypted communications sent to the Dara system. The encrypted messages prove that there is a base in this area, space being used by the Riemann resistance. Recommendation tells your ships to be sent to the Dara system immediately to capture this base and its inhabitants. Tal Shiar is planning an attack on a Riemann base. We need to get to this information at Owl Tanae on Starbase 39 Sierra immediately.
The Tal Shiar records you recovered showed that Hakiv and his forces have been targeting the Riemanns for months. Obasek and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obasek's campaign against the Tal Shiar is just. However, Obasek was planning on using Thalaron weapons in the Bahar system, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians, as well as the Tal Shiar cell there. This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
What are we doing to help Romulan civilians like those
Since
monitors?
the destruction of Romulus, the Federation has done all it can for the survivors and the Romulan colony worlds. Many of our aid shipments were stolen or diverted for use by the Romulan military. Others were rejected out of pride or suspicion. Nonetheless, we will not stop. It is my belief that a lasting peace with the Romulans is possible, but it will not be attained through treaties. Only by reaching out to individuals, as you did in the Vahar system, can we sweep away decades of mistrust and hostility. I have new mission. We know from the information you recovered from the Vahar system that the Tal Shiar are planning to attack a Riemann settlement in the Dara system. We have an opportunity to reach the settlement first. This may be a completely internal matter, and if so, the Prime Directive will come into play. We will not be able to interfere, but if there is an outside influence directing these matters, we must know what it is. Our encounters with the Undine and the Changelings have proven that there are entities attempting to move the powers of the Quadrant like pieces in a cow-toe game. It is essential to protecting the Federation to see these attempts for what they are and counter them. I want you to go to the Dara system and learn more about the Riemann Uprising. The Riemans will have hidden their base, so you may have to use subterfuge to find it. One more thing. I realize this is a dangerous situation and that you may be drawn into conflict, but do not antagonize the Riemans or the Romulans if you can avoid doing so. We are already at war with the Klingon Empire. I would prefer to avoid another extended conflict.
No promises.
I have new missions.
Well, now that we got that sorted, I'm going to switch the ship back into a more upgraded position.
Volunteers for a rescue mission should report to Admiral.
Oh, and we have a little friend now. Oh, and we can purchase some skills. Grab the targeting expertise level 1. Just so that way then we can increase our chances of hitting the target. Definitely not that bridge. I love this bridge. It just isn't finished. We'll go with the Delta Bridge. Kind of want to see the inside of this. Oh, this is the Intrepid's interior. Or at least a close approximation to what it is. Do I at least get my own ready room? Yes, I do. This is the generic one, but it works. All right. Team up to the ship. And let's get out of here. We got some remans to save. Oh, hello, random Romulan vessel. That doesn't look menacing at all. Set a course. Let's get over there and help them out. Oh, Jesus. It's like all the way across the quadrant. Well, this will be quite the trip. At speed of warp 6.67, we don't exactly go very fast. Oh, those are medium hypos. Why can't I stack these? That's annoying. As I'll recycle some of this older stuff I don't want. Yeah, hold on to the power cells. The dual beam bank would be useful. But unfortunately, we are not on a ship that can really make use of that sort of equipment. Again, an omnidirectional phaser emitter would be very nice to have, but unfortunately, we don't have that. Squeaky chair, go squeak. And we're trying to push this poor ship as hard as she can go. So far, we've managed to get her up to 10,000 hull points and 3,300 shields. With some decent shield generation. Yeah. She's gonna struggle. We're definitely going to be struggling as we go along, but once we unlock some upgrade kits, we can definitely get to work on making sure our equipment is staying up to date with what we're up against. We're almost there. And we have arrived. Listen, Commander, the Remans are jamming our sensors, and there is no way to determine where their base is located without assistance. We need a guide. Sensors are picking up a communication satellite nearby. We should be able to modify it to emit a signal that the Remans will think is from one of their ships. Remans send someone to investigate the signal. We can get a sensor lock on their ship and follow them back to their base. Yeah, I'm sure this will go fine. This micronebula is limiting sensor function. We can use it to hide from the Reman ship when we send the fake distress signal. Modifications are complete, Lieutenant Commander. When we trigger the transmission, the Remans should think it's a vessel that is losing power and needs assistance. There's a micronebula aft of our location. That should be sufficient to conceal the Bunker Hill's energy signature while we wait for the Reman's guide to arrive. Signal work, Captain. Reman's scout ship in range. It's moving to scan the area. Sensor lock confirmed. We'll be able to track them if they go to war. Detecting a large energy buildup, sir. Romulan battleship decloaking. Captain, they're firing on the Reman ship. Scout ship's weapons and engines are damaged. They're cloaking, attempting to re-establish sensor lock. Captain, the Reman ship is cloaked, but its engines are damaged and sensors are detecting a tachyon leak. They can't stay hidden for long. If we distract the Romulans, the Remans will have a chance to decloak and go to war. Otherwise, I don't think they can last long against the Romulans. If the Reman vessel is destroyed, we'll lose our best chance at finding the base. Alright, all hands battle stations. Red alert. Hello, Birch. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Captain, incoming hail from the lead Romulan vessel. They know we're here. Putting it on the main view screen now.
Ah, you're a good distance out of your Federation's territory, aren't you? Offer no aid or assistance to these Riemann rebels and leave this system immediately. If you do so, I can overlook your intrusion into an internal affair. Otherwise, I will be forced to see your presence here as an invasion of Romulan territory. That would be unfortunate. For you.
No, it would be unfortunate for you. Anyway. Stand down or I will have to fire. We'll do it. Don't think we won't do it. If you stand down... oh, nope, never mind, they're shooting.
Shields have failed.
Direct hits. Alright, they're diverting power to the shield that we're currently targeting. Which means just pound it more, gentlemen. There we go. That was an explosion and a half. Alright, let's approach the Riemann scout ship. Lieutenant Commander, the Riemann scout ship is decloaked. They'll try to shake us. We need to stay close until we can get a lock to the ship's warp signature. Helm, full impulse. Keep up with it. Geez, that thing's fast. Maintain intercept course. Riemann scout is cloaking. Sir, Romulan forces warping in.
Target's shields have failed.
Keep up the phaser fire. Come back around, prepare torpedoes. Both misses. That's great. Direct hits on the hull. Give me some more power to the forward shield banks. They've gone to warp. The Reaman ship had executed a short warp jump, and I have locked onto its coordinates, sir. We can engage warp as soon as you're ready. Let's set a course and follow them. Not picking up any ships here, Lieutenant Commander, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are one or more cloaked ships in the area. Reaman cloaked ships can appear as concentrations of Titrium particles. I would continue scanning the area. There's something interesting on the planet's surface, however. Sensors are detecting a large underground installation. It could very well be the base that the Reaman Resistance is using. The entire area is protected by a magnetic shield, though, so we can't transport inside. There's a series of caverns connected to the installation. We can send a team there and try to find a way to disable or circumvent the magnetic shielding. Alright. Let's beam on down and deal with this, deal with our, deal with these guys. I'm sure we can be great friends. Anyway, Birch, how was your stream? Lieutenant Commander, this is incredible. The underground cavern we are in is natural, but the base itself, it's a ship. A derelict class. If my tricorder readings are correct, the Remans moved a derelict vessel into the cavern. We appear to be in a maintenance area, adjacent to the hull of the ship. Remans probably mine these tunnels for raw minerals. I'm picking up multiple veins of ore that could be useful if they are replicating ship parts or weapons. Not reading any way into the ship from here, though. We'll need to find an entrance. Alright, well, that's cleared out. And they've definitely changed up the lighting in here. Consoles in this room appear to operate the heavy machinery the Remans used to create the cavern. The entrance to the base should be just ahead. This tunnel leads directly into the main area of the base, sir, but it's completely blocked. I wonder if a weapon on its highest setting would breach it. Gate is made of titanium alloy, Lieutenant Commander. There's no way a hand weapon will blast through it. We need something with a lot more power. That's it. Sir, did you see the mining laser? If it's operational, we might be able to modify it to do the job. I think the controls for the laser are on the other side of this wall. Jeez, is it buried in here? Malfunction. Engaging automatic shutdown. That's just great. Something must be wrong with the mining laser, sir. We should perform a more detailed scan to determine the source of the problem. Oh, I also have to remember I need to start doing the whole / shout out thing. Oh. Alright, let's scan this laser. Lieutenant Commander, the mining laser's power system isn't strong enough. We won't be able to cut through titanium. I think there are several different ways we can fix this. Your career training will help. You only need to complete one of the career-based objectives to advance. You remember working with a similar laser in your applied science classes. If you could augment the focusing lenses, you should be able to amplify the effect. There are crystal formations on the maintenance tunnels. One of them might have the crystal with the correct properties. I didn't really see any crystals. Oh, nope, there's some crystals. And cave spiders. Click from our ice spiders. I hate spiders. Why does every new species we encounter try to kill us? This abandoned lab station was probably used to refine ore the Remans collected while creating this maintenance tunnel. Any more of these crystals around here? Oh yeah, there's a few right here. There's some right there. Oh hey, more ice spiders. You guys can handle the ice spiders, right? Yeah, they got this. Crystals appear to be the correct size and purity, but it will need to be shaped and refined before it can be used to amplify the mining laser's output. It's a good thing that they left us some equipment to do that with. Here we go. That was easy. Alright, everybody, be ready for an earth-shattering kaboom. That did it, sir. Power to the mining laser is steady and it should be ready to fire. That does appear to have worked. Success. Path inside the Riemann base is clear, Lieutenant Commander. The Riemans will be alerted to our presence, so we will need to be careful. I have a feeling that Obelisk wants to see us. Hello, random guy. Oh, don't you run away from me. Ask your questions. I will answer. Tell me about your life here.
Nights are cold, and there's not enough food. It is a place like any other. For now we're safe from the Tal Shiar, but I fear that will soon change.
Are you fighting the Romulans?
My wife was working on a mining ship. This was not a military vessel. It had no weapons and limited shields. It was not in restricted space, and it threatened no one. The Tal Shiar captured it, and questioned everyone on the crew for weeks. My wife died screaming in a Tal Shiar interrogation chamber. I fight for her.
What do you want when this conflict ends?
What do I want? I cannot answer that question. All I wanted, all I will ever want, died with my wife.
Man, everybody's depressing in this storyline. The Remans seem to have been expecting us. Perhaps we should have just knocked. Ask what you want. I will answer. Or I won't. Why do you follow Obelisk?
Obelisk has a vision. He wants all Remans to be free from Romulan oppression. He wants us to have a world of our own, and not to have to beg for scraps from the Romulans' tables. Obelisk will lead us to victory. I, for one, am happy to fight at his side.
Are there people here who aren't happy with Obisek's leadership?
Many of the people here have lost family members to the Tal Shiar. It's hard to be happy about anything when all you're thinking about is what you don't have.
What do you want out of this war?
Out. I will fight by Obisek's side until we are free. But then, I want to explore. I've had enough of despair. There are hundreds of ships that need a capable warrior. I will find one of them, leave this space, and never look back. Perhaps I will join the crew of a Klingon vessel.
He read that along. That says Starfleet. He said Klingon. I think this man might be a little delirious. Anyway, let's keep talking to some of these random people before we go and talk to Obisek. This base is remarkable. The Remans wants to disassemble the old ship and beam the pieces in one at a time to construct it. Oh. You're just the same as the other guy. Okay. So it looks like that it's just you get two different things. Oh. Why don't you want us here?
Obisek says we must trust you. He says we need allies and that your contacts in the Federation will help us. I am wary of the Federation, for they have always been our enemies. But I am willing to trust that you will look to the mutual interest of all our kind. I am old and I have seen much. I fought with Shinzon and he was obsessed with outsiders. He risked everything in a useless attack on the Federation. If he had thought more about our people and less about his hatred for humans, we would control the Empire today. Instead, we have nothing. This is what comes from dealing with outsiders.
What do you want?
I want peace and I want quiet. All of my friends and family are dead. I have no stake in this rebellion. I fight because that is all I know how to do. But this battle is my last. When it is over, I will find some place dark. And I will stay there for the rest of my days.
Oh, good for you, Mr. Ray of Sunshine. Oh, you're just the same as here. Okay, so it looks like there's 3 flavors of Reman here. You get the happy one, you get the not as happy one, and you get the less happy one.
This place won't be safe forever. We have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Prepare the... Ah, it's you. Welcome to the heart of the Resistance, little spy. There is so much for us to discuss, and so little time. The Tal Shiar have discovered this, our last refuge. They will be here soon, and my people and I will have to fight for our lives. Yet one question remains. Will you be our friend or our enemy? My hope is that you are here to talk, but I am prepared for the alternative. The Tal Shiar could arrive at any time. Speak quickly.
Why are you doing this? Why fight the Tal Shiar?
Why? You ask why? This place is one of the last sanctuaries left to my people, and even it is lost to us now. The Romulans have driven us from our homes, destroyed our ships, and captured or killed our loved ones. They seek to exterminate us, and we will not go quietly. Understand, I do not want this war. I want freedom for my people. It is the Romulans and the Dark Masters they serve who have caused this. Now they must suffer the consequences. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Did Sayla order these attacks?
This campaign of terror is the Tal Shiar's doing, not the Empress's. Still, Sayla does nothing to stop it. There is little love between the Empress and the Tal Shiar. Did you know that many years ago, she was exiled from Romulus for attempting to assassinate the head of their order? The Tal Shiar have their own masters, and Sayla despises what she cannot control. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Why do you think the Tal Shiar are doing this?
Kiev and the Tal Shiar no longer serve the Empire. The demons of air and darkness are their masters now. They whisper in the night for chaos and despair, and Hakiv gives them blood as tribute. Our blood. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Tell me more about these demons.
I have never seen one of these demons, and I will not speak their name, but I know they exist. Eons ago, they ruled this part of the galaxy. After thousands of years of tyranny and death, the races they ruled rose up against them, driving them from their home world into unexplored space. We thought they had been destroyed. We were wrong. The demons of air and darkness survive, and they hunger for revenge. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Do you still have Therlon weapons?
A small supply. They are terrible things. Weapons of war so horrible, they should have never been invented at all. But they were. And my enemies are great. If I must resort to barbarism to free my people, that is not too high of a price to pay. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Have you tried to find a peaceful solution?
There will be no peace. Not while Hakiv lives. This is not a problem that can be solved by diplomacy. Hakiv kills my people, I kill his. That is how it will be, until one of us is dead. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
What do you want from me?
We need your help. Talk to Starfleet Command. Tell them what you have seen. Tell them if my people are to survive, we need assistance. Starships, soldiers, medicine, protection for the refugees. I'm asking for the Federation's aid. You claim to be an organization dedicated to freedom for all peoples. Tell me, will you help my people now? Is there anything else you wish to ask?
I may not agree with your tactics, but I will not stop
you. See things my way. Get instructions from your commanders if you must, but the battle rages, and we must join it. With your help, my people will be free. I'm pleased you see that my cause is just. We can do great...
Romulan transporter signals detected. The Tal Shiar have entered the base.
Start the evacuation. We must get the civilians out. Commander Rashna, transport the reinforcements here. Tell them to assist our new ally. I will return to my ship and attempt to hold off their forces. Help my soldiers defend this base. Fight well, my friend. My people are counting on you.
Lieutenant Commander, we've lost our transporter lock on you and the Wei team. Tal Shiar must have activated a transport inhibitor. You'll need to find that inhibitor and shut it down. Roger that. Oh, they definitely weren't expecting a squad of Starfleet officers to suddenly walk up and start blasting. The Remans should be able to handle it from here, Lieutenant Commander. We should return to the ship and report to Admiral Tanay. Obelisk trusts us. I don't know if he's right about the outside influence on Harkiv's actions, but I'm sure he believes these demons are real. There is someone directing Hakiv to attack the Remans. This isn't a purely internal matter now, and the requirements of the Prime Directive aren't as clear. The Prime Directive deals with primitive civilizations. These guys definitely are not primitive civilizations. Primitive being basically any civilization that hasn't achieved spaceflight yet. Let's beam out. Away team to Bunker Hill, let's get out of here.
I sympathize with Obasek's plight, but I do not know if we will be able to assist him. He has no proof of these demons that he claims are directing Hakiv's actions. Without that, becoming directly involved in this conflict would be a violation of the Prime Directive.
Admiral Tanay, with all due respect, the Prime Directive doesn't account for species that are already spacefaring.
But if Obasek and his followers are going to continue this fight, they will do so without Starfleet support.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
There's more going on here. We can't just ignore
I agree with you. There is more to this story, and we must continue to follow the trail until all is revealed. As I have said, directly assisting the Remans against the Tal Shiar would be interfering with an internal affair, and that is prohibited by Starfleet regulations. However, I will authorize you to continue investigating this matter. If you can find evidence that supports Obasek's claims, then more options will be open to us.
Alrighty. We're being hailed by Obasek. Putting him on screen now.
Resistance is very much in need of your help. My contacts tell me that Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance. That is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their action. I understand why the Federation would hesitate to engage them directly. So today I appeal to you, not as an ally in battle, but as a person of compassion. My people need your help. I need your help. One of our ships was carrying a load of Thalaron weapons through the Nopata system. That ship has disappeared. There are no indications there was a battle. It's as if my ship and its cargo simply vanished. I know you have your reservations about the lengths to which I will go to secure the freedom of my people. Tell me, if you do not trust me with Thalaron weapons, do you want Hakiv to have them? I can provide you with the last coordinates of the vessel. Please help me. Do what you will with the weapons, if they survive. But find my people. The Reman resistance is very...
Alright. Got more skill points. Oh, hey, we can get another officer. I want to grab improved energy weapon training. Alright, we'll plot a course, but we're probably not going to engage in this operation until next time we stream Star Trek Online. But we are going to at least fly over. I think we're making some decent progress, though. Slowly but surely, we're getting through some of the stories. Just gonna bump her a little bit further along, just so that way then I can get a nice shot of the bunker hill. There we go. Thank you for everybody that tuned in for today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow with Birch, with Stellaris. And let's see here. Let me find someone to send you all off to go enjoy. Don't forget to join the Discord. It's linked below. There you can, keep up to date with my streams and sometimes chat with me whenever I'm hanging out in the general VC, because I try to hang out in there as often as I can to be able to hang out with anybody that wants to just, hang out. Let's see. Anything else I want to do? No, I think that's about everything I needed to cover. Yeah, I think that is everything I wanted to cover. Thank you all once again for joining me for this little journey here. This series is definitely going to end up ramping up in difficulty. As for why we haven't continued the Sonic game yet, that is because I am working on a side project for that, which I'm waiting for that to be finished before I continue that. But we will continue Sonic Frontiers at some point. As for Kerbal Space Program, I am trying so hard to remember to stream on Sundays, and I have failed twice now. And I do apologize for that, everyone. That's my bad. I've got bad memories, so sometimes I kind of just forget that with my new schedule that I'm supposed to stream on Sundays. But I will attempt to do that in the future, so that way then we can at least eventually get through that. Let's see, anything else? Nope. I think that's about it. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and the person I'm sending you off to go watch. And see you all hopefully next time. Goodbye.